Today we are going to talk about our FACS class, rules, procedures, and other helpful information. The 4 classroom rules that I have are be respectful, be responsible, use common sense, and give your best effort. I think that as long as you are doing those 4 things, you are being a pretty upstanding human being. You're doing the things that I ask you to do. You're coming to class prepared and on time. And it really just kind of encompasses really what I need you to do in order for all of us to be able to be successful. There is a note on here that the student and parent policy handbook will be followed in this classroom, so any issue that's not covered in the syllabus, which is kind of like what we're going through right now, will be dealt with according to the student and parent policy handbook. So if you can somehow find a rule that is in the policy handbook that isn't covered in one of these 4 rules, it's still a rule and we still have to follow it. Consequences. So the very first consequence that you are going to get, so if you break a rule, if you're doing something you shouldn't be doing, is a warning. So I try to let you know, like, hey, that's not what we're going to be doing. Please, make a better choice, make a different choice. If that doesn't work, you and I are going to have a conversation. So we're just going to have a little talk. I'm going to remind you that I need you to get with the program, do what you got to do, but make better choices, better decisions. If that doesn't work, I am going to call home, contact home to let them know what's going on so that they can be aware that, this is how you are acting in class. If that continues, I will just decide to assign you an after-school detention, which is in student services. Continued misbehavior will result in a referral to the office. At that point, I've kind of exhausted everything that I can do, so I have to, refer you on to other people. So there is a severity clause, though, so depending on how bad it is, whatever it is that you've done, I do reserve the right to take action as I see fit. So there are certain cases that, you do something and we're going to skip over that warning. We might even skip over the student-teacher conference and the contact home straight to an after-school detention if it's something that's, pretty severe. The 2 ways that you can contact me most easily are phone, so the school's phone number and then the school's extension are listed there, as well as email. If you need a quick response, sending me an email is probably going to be your best bet. So I check email pretty frequently throughout the evenings and on the weekends, so I can usually get you a pretty quick response. Parent Square isn't listed there, but that's also a good way to contact me. So Parent Square comes in through my email, and then I know, who I need to contact back, and then I even get a notification on my phone. So that's another way that you could contact me. Cell phone policy. So students should refrain from using their cell phone in class. They can have it with them as long as it remains silenced and out of sight. Cell phone issues will be dealt with using the following consequence. So the first time it happens, I'm going to give you a warning. The second time is going to be a detention and a contact home, and then a third offense will result in an office referral. Computer and headphone policy. So computers are to be used for academic purposes only. So there's always something that you could or should be doing for school ahead of playing coolmath.com and any other game type thing that doesn't really promote learning. So there's a difference between playing Quizlet games and like Match and just like games that are supposed to be like for you learning material. Quizzes is another one. So that's different than playing Papa's Freezeria or the Tiny Fishing game. Okay, so students should follow the guidelines found in the respectable use policy found on the school's website. So you can occasionally listen to music on your Chromebook during individual work time, but what I'm hoping is that you will just keep it to one earbud, and that if if someone is speaking to you, you take it out so that you can hear what they're saying. So that one's also kind of a respect thing. You want to make sure that you're giving your full attention to anybody who is talking to you. The volume of your music should not be loud enough to be heard by others in the class. So if I can hear what song you're playing on your, on your computer across the room, it's probably a little bit too loud, especially if it's through your headphones. At the start of class, student Chromebooks should remain completely closed and shouldn't be used until instructions are given to do so. There's absolutely no food or drinks around the Chromebooks at any time. It's just not a good idea to keep those things near your Chromebook because you could ruin your Chromebook with just a simple accident. Food and drink policy: no outside food or drinks are to be consumed in my classroom with the exception of water. So if a student chooses to bring a snack or a drink into the classroom, they will be asked to throw it away. So there's absolutely no food or drinks around the Chromebooks at any time. Classroom expectations. So students are expected to come to class prepared and on time. Once you enter the room, sit in your chair and begin following the instructions that are written on the board, projected onto the screen, or posted onto Google Classroom. While in class, you are to work on my assignments because this isn't a study hall for other classes. So just remember that we have a job that we need to get done too. I will dismiss you, not the bell. I reserve the right to hold an individual or an entire class after the bell as I see fit. I don't do this very often, but sometimes we might lose track of time, and I need you guys to help me clean up because, you all helped make the mess, so I need you to help me clean it up. In a lot of those cases, I will send out an email to your teachers saying, hey, please excuse my, whatever period class. We were a little bit late getting cleaned up today. Just know that, as soon as the bell rings, don't just bolt out of the classroom because I could need you to help me out a little bit. Each day when you come to class, you should bring paper, a pencil, headphones, and your charged Chromebook. If you don't have a charged Chromebook, it's no big deal. We can get that charged, but try not to make a huge habit of it, and at least make sure that if your Chromebook is not charged, that you have your own computer charger. Assignments. So all assignments are due on the due date that's stated in Google Classroom and on the weekly agenda. Any work that's turned in after the due date may only receive 50% of the total points earned. It really just kind of depends on the circumstances, though. So students are always free to discuss with me the reason that their work is late. If they do this when the assignment was originally due, then the late penalty may not be applied, but these situations will be handled on a case-by-case basis. So really it kind of depends on what your excuse is and how good of an excuse it is. So I've had some students in the past say, Ms. Seifert, we had a basketball game and it ran really late and I didn't get my homework done. Well, remember that you are a student athlete, student first, athlete second. So we need to maybe work a little bit on prioritizing, time management, and making sure that we make time for the things that are important because school is important. Just a quick warning, I do grade late papers as I have time, so it could be a couple days before your grade is updated. So don't expect that as soon as you turn something in, it's going to be graded, in a super quick turnaround. My philosophy is kind of that if it wasn't important enough to be turned in on time, it can wait at least until I have finished the things that I need to finish for that day until I get around to it. So this could affect eligibility for extracurricular activities. You have one class session for each day that you are absent to turn in all makeup work unless arrangements are made with me for more time. So sometimes you just need a little bit more time or the situation warrants you, getting a little extra time. So just talk to me. I'm pretty flexible, I think. So if you need a little bit more time, just let me know. Not all class activities can be made up exactly as they were assigned, though. So sometimes it's just something that requires direct participation by you, the student. So if that is the case, then what I'll do is I will give you an alternate assignment to be completed within 1 week of returning to school. If you aren't at school, so if you're out sick or if you are quarantined, what you should do is check the agenda and the daily posts on Google Classroom, because that's where you're going to find the information and the assignments for the day. Email me if you have any questions. So, don't stay in the struggle for too long. Just kind of let me know, hey, Miss Seifert, I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to be doing, and then I can send you a pretty quick response. If you are struggling to access information or understand a topic, I might request to have a Google Meet with you, just to try to get you back on track. It doesn't mean that you're in trouble. Sometimes it just helps me help you solve whatever problem that you're having if I am able to see what's happening on your end and troubleshoot a little bit that way. So sometimes when you explain it to me, I don't really understand, but if I'm able to see it on your screen and exactly what the pop-up is, that's, maybe it's a pop-up, I don't know, but exactly what's going on, I might be able to kind of talk you through it a little bit easier so that I can get you back on track much more quickly than doing like 20 minutes of back and forth via email. If we have to go into e-learning or when we go into e-learning, make sure that you are doing the following things if we have to participate in a whole group Google Meet. So make sure that you are prepared and ready to learn at the start of class, have all the materials that you need, be in a place that is comfortable for you, that you're not just like lounging. Make sure your Chromebook is plugged in, mute your microphone upon entry, wait your turn to speak so it can get really hectic if everybody is speaking at the same time. So just make sure that you're waiting your turn. Keep your camera on so I can see that you are participating and actively engaged. Also, make sure that you participate and are staying actively engaged. So don't zone out. Don't be trying to multitask and watch TV as class is going on or play games and, have class be going on. Like really kind of stay focused. So treat it like a normal class. And then make sure that you complete any of the assignments that are given. So just remember, I am here to help you in any way that I can. So if you're stuck or you need help, contact me. Don't stay in the struggle for too long. It's okay for you to troubleshoot for a little while, but if you're getting to the point where you're getting super frustrated, super upset, please reach out to me so that I can try to help you. I hope that I have answered at least a few of your questions. I am looking forward to spending the quarter or semester with you.